Being out here, so I'm glad that all of you have come. What a great location that you have right here on the corner of a busy street, a busy intersection actually, where a lot can happen and a lot is happening. You know, Mother Teresa said in one of her last interviews that if America would look for Calcutta on every street corner, they would find it. And I think today we are at a place that is not materially poor, but is spiritually poor. And that we as a nation do have poverty on every single corner, and that climaxes right here for you in San Jose at this abortion facility. It's ironic and sad and frustrating all at the same time as we sit here doing the most basic thing, praying and fasting to end abortion for 40 straight days, that the world continues. Cars go by, people are going to work, people are coming home from work, there's beautiful landscaping, there's beautiful trees, and yet nestled into this beautiful community is a modern day Holocaust, where the most beautiful bond in our humanity, the bond between a mother and a child, is made into a choice. Now, I want to be able to talk to many of you afterwards because I know I was here during the spring of 2009 campaign, and I want to be sure that I meet all of you. But you can see just in the last 3 years, I would have never imagined that I would be in San Jose in front of an abortion facility. But as many of you know, 40 Days for Life, which started with an hour of prayer, led to over 307 cities in all 50 states working and praying to end abortion after that one campaign we did in College Station, Texas. And this fall, you are one of 27 locations in the state of California, the largest state by far. Texas is number 2 with 17 40 Days for Life locations. Wow. But this fall we have 238 locations in the United States, in 46 states to be exact, and 6 countries who are simultaneously praying to end abortion. And you have one of the best locations that I have ever been to. And I know at times it may feel weird when you're walking up here or you don't know if you're going to get towed from the YMCA, as I was wondering earlier. But when we come out here, there may be a little bit of fear, there may be a little bit of discomfort, but the discomfort is not because you're here. The discomfort is because that building is here. And the elephant in the room of our society, and the elephant in the room for you in San Jose, is this abortion clinic. We don't want to talk about abortion. We don't want it to come up in politics. We don't even want it to come up from pulpits in our churches. We want it to blend in by your simple presence. Whether you're here alone, as many of you are, I'm sure on many occasions, or only joined by one person, or you're out here with 100 people, your presence rejects our current culture that killing a baby is okay, and that it is something that makes us free and gives us liberty. You represent truth, love, and mercy on these sidewalks for the women driving in to have abortion, for the women that are leaving. You're the first sign of mercy after an abortion, and it makes a difference. That's why we've seen across the country 2,811 women choose life. We've seen over 50 women just this fall choose life for their babies. I know yesterday the email said 44. That's already up to over 50 children that have been spared from abortion since that. That's right.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Here. First one here
and one today,
wow.
right here. So that's also the reason why we've had 35 abortion clinic workers have conversions and leave their jobs, including Abby Johnson, the Planned Parenthood director in Bryan, Texas, who saw for the first time ever a live abortion on an ultrasound machine. And this was somebody who promoted abortion, who sold abortion, who marketed abortion and encouraged abortion to people. But when she saw what she was defending, when she saw the reality of it on that ultrasound machine, seeing a 13-week-old baby boy fight for his life and lose it. She decided to leave that industry after 8 years, and she was the 2008 Planned Parenthood Employee of the Year. And so that's why we come to the sidewalks. Yes, we're here for the babies. Yes, we're here for the women. And yes, we're here for those who work in the abortion industry, because nobody grows up wanting an abortion, and no one grows up wanting to work in the abortion industry. That's why we come in peace. That's why we come in prayer. And that's why we do the most basic and simple thing that you can do in our society, which is come and bring hope to a place that is hopeless. Women have abortions because of fear. Women have abortions because they feel lonely. And by your peaceful presence on these busy streets, you tell them that they are not alone. It's hard to imagine feeling alone in the midst of the drama of this intersection. And yet there are a lot of lonely people working in that building. There are a lot of lonely people entering that building to have abortion. You represent the truth and love of Christ, where he is simply not welcome. And yet you are here in the midst of our busy society to say there is love beyond your circumstances, there is hope beyond your circumstances, and the answer to motherhood is not the death of a child, but it's trusting in that there is something greater and better in that human life than you would have ever imagined. And so when you're here, whether it's early in the morning or late at night or cold, I don't know if it gets cold here. It was cold this morning for a Texan. But in the midst of the sun or the rain or the snow or whatever, you are here to represent hope at a place that is simply one of the most depressing places in our society. A place that cures fear and despair with death. And we know that when somebody is scared, we know that when somebody is desperate, the last thing they need to do is to consider death as a solution. That's how civilizations fall. We are here because we know life and trust and faith in God are the solutions. So we come out here, we do nothing spectacular. This campaign, which has had so much success, we have been humbled by how God has used this simple effort, but it's nothing spectacular. It's showing up to the places where the abortions actually happen and confronting abortion on abortion's turf, where it happens, where it's comfortable, where it's paid for, where it's promoted, where it's encouraged. Coming here and rejecting that mentality that you have to have an abortion because you're pregnant and do not want to be.